So they need to commit for the kill, but he's level 6 here, Irrelevant. He could just ult away if he wants to, but he's going to stay under the tower. Ziodo can block that.
Does slice forward to block the coward's charge. Irrelevant, slowed down by the piercing darkness. Marcoon has now made his way up. The turnaround potential beginning to come through, but ends up with not too much happening. The ult and the flash pop from Irrelevant, but that's it.
Saw Xerxes flash there with the W to try to get the slow onto Irrelevant to allow the stun to come through from Odoamne. As we can see there, the Victor ultimate can cancel any kind of channel, so Surta's TP got stopped, so that stings a little bit for SK, as the Akali would love to take a base on a bad trade, TP back, and then match the Victor. So that's evened up the mid situation, and has given a small lead over to Odoamne in terms of getting that plate. Although maybe they're going to look for a Yasuo knock-up turn. No vision in the pit yet, and they're just going to flip it. It looks like a 50-50.
Here we go. What was in the kitchen was a burger all along. Massive knock-up. Baron down to 2,500. Irrelevant in the pit. In goes Marcoon, looking to get the Baron down. He's stolen it! SK steal the Baron, and the hearts of XL fans break as Certus begins to clean up a number of the members alongside Exakick. Targamas flashes, but I don't know how far you can run. The door's been knocked down, and 4 members have fallen alongside the Baron.
Their lives came down to a 50-50 and they've lost it. SK steal the Baron right in front of them. XL went for such a risky call, and why? They were in control. They could have just secured a dragon. They could have just put vision around this Nash. But they went for the risky play, and it's backfired. And SK are taking so many objectives here. They're taking mid tier 2, bot tier 2 is almost down. They have Nash buff, they're getting dragon. All of this advantage that XL have accrued is just fallen apart.
It looked so good, and in the blink of an eye, it's a 5.7k Baron power play.
Why are they doing this? It doesn't make any sense. They're just all standing in the pit next to a Scion. Where's the turn? Look where Targamas is. He's not even in the pit. He can't hit anyone. Patrick's just trying to get through this Scion. VTO tries his best to zone Marcoon away, but now they're just staring at each other, both the junglers. The Maokai Q can do a lot of damage in finishing it off, and then Exakick's just free reign in this fight. Odoamne is miles away, uses the E to try to get on top of him. The Prowler Score comes in, the cleanse gets him out of it, so XL are scattered. They have to run for the hills. And the only word I have to describe this is why for XL, and now VTO might be caught. He has flash, but his team's nearby. Maybe they can turn this onto Certus.
That's been denied enough number of times. Throws down that Shuriken flip, flashes away, still hit by that Glacial Prison. But
They're coughing 30-second respawn timers. They're grouped as 5. They're going straight for the Nexus. And off the back of a stellar performance from Exakick and the support of Marcoon by his side on SK, they will push XL out. And they might play tomorrow, yes, but we won't see them until spring.
It's a swan song tomorrow. The dream, the miracle run. It was not to be, and SK stamped their authority with a monster Baron play.
Nothing short of a failure. That XL lineup really, isn't it? Coming in, everyone thought this was going to be a top 4, but not even a top 8. And they can play their hearts out tomorrow, but that's it. Statistically, they are out of the top 8. SK will be happy, putting themselves at 5 wins now. Next to teams like Vitality and G2, trying to contest that top 4 themselves. No Ghost on Adam, so if they can land a little bit of damage and then land the ultimate, I don't think there's a way for Adam to escape. Here he goes, might have to flash though.
Cease, desist, Adam is unstoppable and inverts that attempt from the Vi, who will look to make sure that he's getting out of jail. Free away from the flash! Bo leaves with nothing, and now the turnaround from Sheo could potentially come on through. But with the red buff, I'm not sure he will. He misses the Q over the wall! He missed the Q over the wall! Now the cycle could come on through. Bo dies for first blood! Is this the best jungler in the league?
What an outplay by Adam! He just sets up the kill for Sheo, and Sheo played it fantastically. Stops the Vi Q over the wall, knowing Bo has no flash. Adam can re-enter. But that escape was beautiful. It's when you least think about it, then when you bring the graphic up, something happens.
Basically.
Yeah. See what Shio's thinking about. He's thinking about going on to Bo. No flash, no Q.
This is an opportunity. There's that Cyclone again. The tidal wave afterwards is just bad weather! Bo taken out of the wall once more. Sheo taking names, a second kill onto Bo.
Really well played in these 1v1s. Has his number here, Sheo onto Bo. And jungle been struggling now. Vitality still in the lead, still having good lanes, but now jungle's all of a sudden evened up. And it's off the back of Shio's mechanical plays. Take a look at that one again. So Bo Q's onto the Wolves. I don't think BDS had info on that, unless there was some kind of Scryer's Bloom that showed Bo. Gets the Q off, I believe, and then just instantly ultimate.
Very shortly,
good
like
cover
this.
Here.
Perkz gets jumped, tries to throw down the ultimate, and Nuke just outplays it. Perkz Perks is shut down. Neon taken out. On top of Kaiser, Adam goes as well. A double for Sheo. And the moment we asked for it, BDS deliver.
Well, we expect them to come online in the mid-game, and they have. But Vitality was trying to cover Perks on this play, but it all fell apart. Sheo just 1v2'd the Varus in the Ash. That's going to get them a Dragon and a bot tower. Photon's just kind of sitting alone in top, pushing in. Doesn't actually have the TP. Looks like it's coming up soon. Bo's joining him with the Herald. They'll respond with a tier 2, so a little bit of gold in Vitality's back pocket, but yet to find the kill.
And they're doing fine in terms of the gold stats. They'll get another turret. That's the big advantage right now. BDS have rich in kills, low in towers right now, and hopefully they'll look to try and change this over the coming moments as that Dragon will be claimed in about a moment or two, and then they can look to transition that into something else. Hopefully.
Yeah, TP bot there by Perks to save that tower.
The Blast Cone Photon throwing out the needlework, beginning to try and thread some of those needles. Arrow onto Crown, onto Sheo, I apologize, who has to be healed to keep him alive, and they're pulling off the Baron.
They can take this Baron, maybe.
It's resetting. They're going to pull away. The burger will remain unflipped.
I thought Bo was going to queue over there and try to take over the Baron. Very messy from BDS. The idea was good. Gwen just TP'd bot. We got a kill onto Varus. That started up 5v3. Looked like Nuke and Adam wanted to turn. Sheo wanted to finish, but Crownie also wanted to turn because he wasn't hitting the Baron. So, weird series of events. But BDS, luckily, don't flip the whole game. They don't come up tails and lose the Baron.
I sense a hint of bitterness. And
scale so well. Adam looking for a pick around mid. Perks has the flash, gets stunned up.
Pulls back the soldiers, and Adam just out of range of that Chains of Corruption. Arrow afterwards. Adam, fancy feet, or footwork, I suppose, is probably more appropriate considering he's playing Xante and dodges out on all the skill shots. Perks wishes, for instance. Sheo, now looking to maybe punish him. Oh my god, he spotted out, has to get one out.
Oh,
Throws down the Warrior Trickster.
Maybe. Oh, he was thinking about it, but
was.
Wukong is a little bit too fast. They need to get Rabadons on this Gwen. Need to get a little bit of vision to play around so they can start contesting around this Baron area. They have some sneaky wards there, so they know if BDS wants to start it up, but this mid tower is their objective for now.
I was debating. Cease and desist there, you wonder. We're certainly looking. Have broken this base open. BDS looking to go to 5 games and starts to push towards the top end of the table. The dream of top 2 is in there. Sheo goes in again. Are you not entertained? Kaiser sure isn't.
Sheo gets the bot lane off Vitality, but Perks is back. He's TP behind them. Can they get out here, Vitality?
You think you're good? Wait till you meet the Western Goat. Perks goes on in, gets a kill. Sheo now must escape, but there's nowhere for him to go. Maybe I've spoken too soon. We'll look to make Poe's life a little bit difficult, but the soldiers go forward and bring down Sheo.
A lot of gold over to Vitality, but what is the play? 60 seconds on Sheo. I saw Photon pinging one of the super creeps that was in mid. They're pinging the inhib. See if they can push down and get that objective as quickly as possible. A lot of confidence from Sheo to look for the turn there. 20% HP. Go onto their bot lane, no flash. That could have been a game-winning play. Respawns came back just in time.
Bo, having been undefeated coming into the LEC, now has the most deaths of a single player in this season. Previous deaths with Targamas, but now Perks.
He's dead.
Maybe I should have been looking at the screen a little bit more as Perks goes down. Barons, 4 seconds off spawning. That's a bad time to lose your mid laner.
It is. Vitality do the right thing, though. They go mid, just push down to the inhibitor, get as many waves out of the way as possible. But Crownie responds well. Goes top, doesn't even go towards the Baron yet. Wants to make sure they have a wave to play on in top lane. Should just be an easy Baron. I think they're scared of an end here. Sheo's basing. BDS are not certain if they want to do this Baron. Now they are. They only see Neon. They see Photon bot. They know Nuke has enough time. And they know they can get this Baron down quick enough.
Wave shoving in top side, but BDS are leaving. On ice! Perks throws down the Emperor's Divide, trying to hold the lines. Adam goes golden. Vitality still alive, but now Perks diving forward. Goes golden himself. Has used that stopwatch. Bo gets a start to Lavrov, who goes over the wall, staying alive. Look at Photon go for Photon. Snip, snip, and the strings of fate are cut. Vitality fight 3. BDS, it's all thrown away. Crownie's about to meet the wrong end of a giant pair of shears, and the garden is pruned. Shut down to the hands of Bo.
Where are the waves, though? They're all in Vitality's base. This is going to be a really frustrating play. They cannot end the game. They will just get the Elder Dragon. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Bo just got pulled. It is indeed all the way to the back line of BDS and somehow got out alive. Guardian Angel not even procced.
Gets a kill while he's a damn statue of Vitality at 6 and 2.
What a game from Vitality. mentality. Constantly downing kills, but always fighting back. Amazing end to the game. 2 small waves to play on an Elder Dragon, and they managed to pull it off. BDS found so many amazing picks. What a great game from Shio as well to fight back against Bo. But what mental resilience from Bo to just keep going in. Once you die, and you die so many times, just try again. And Bo kept finding the backline and buying enough space so that Photon and Perks could take over.
It was extraordinary stuff from them. And, you know, BDS are going to feel hard done by many expectations, but I think the expectations they had for themselves probably not met this game, unfortunately.
You can vote for your player of the game.
Oh, yeah.
At LEC on Twitter, Photon, Perks, and Kaiser. Kaiser a bit the unsung hero, just kind of clearing out as much vision as possible. Had some really good arrows in those fights, you know, finding the pick onto Lebrov when Crowny dashed away. But yeah, I think it was just an exciting game to watch. Those are the kind of League of Legends games where, you know, you're on the edge of the seat, it's neck and neck, comebacks apiece, and it's just a pleasure.
Yeah, it really is. And there's a lot of good names on there where you feel like a lot of them could serve. I think Photon is perhaps the obvious one with how the Gwen played in those fights, but Perks got so much out of the early game. Kaiser did so well.
I think your name should be on there, because I think that ending team fight, you did an amazing job. It's your first time on the Winter Split, but I think your cast was phenomenal. So massive job to you. Massive congratulations to Initialize.
You're too kind. Thank you, guys.
And I think we're about ready for an interview with Bo. There's going to be a translator with him, which is going to be amazing to get those insights.
Amazing stuff. Well, without further ado, let's throw it over to Georgia and Bo for an interview.
Thank you very much, guys. Bo, thank you so much for joining me for the interview. So excited, actually, for this, because so many people want to hear from you. My first question is very simple. What in the world happened in this game?
这场比赛到底发生了什么事情？
其实我记不太清楚了，因为打得有点太混乱了，前面就是自己的失误有点太多了，失了很多次。
Actually, I couldn't remember because it's like all skirmish all the time. It's kind of a very chaotic game.
Very well. Talking about chaotic and chaos, the voice comms got released from last week, and there was one particular fight where you guys were doing Dragon, and you were saying Dragon, 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 and Photon was saying Baron, 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 Baron. How do you guys differentiate between who to follow on the comms?
One jungle player.
Yeah?
Yaki. G2 jungle, yeah.
Yeah? And why is that?
为什么呢？
Because
你说什么？
Take your time.
为什么？
因为他操作很好。
Oh, his mechanic is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're talking about skill matchup to matchup. Very nice. Okay. And one last question, because they're pushing me, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How has the integration been in Europe? How are you enjoying living in Berlin?
你觉得在柏林生活怎么样？然后欧洲给你感觉怎么样？
我觉得柏林其实挺好的，然后给我的感觉就是非常的，就是自由吧，然后有很多空余的时间去做我喜欢的事情，挺好的，我觉得非常好，柏林生活对我。
He really loves his life in Berlin. He has a lot of free time. He can do whatever he likes, and so he really loves Berlin.
Oh, that's great. Well, Bobby, thank you so much for the translation. Bo, I hope I don't butcher this. Sheshe?
谢谢。Yeah,
Sheshe.
thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. We're going to go to a very short break. Let's go, guys. We're going to go to a short break, and we'll be back for Game 3.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, you know, like...
Not enough, though.
You better... Wow. Yeah. Jeez.
Did they win either of the big two? No, I was there for one of them.
Okay, right,
Anyway,
well...
These teams,
Yeah.
if they had their win rate at 15 minutes with a gold lead,
Yep.
they would have beaten T1 in both those things.
So 100%.
100%!
Wow.
Neither of these teams have lost with a gold lead at 15 minutes in the LEC Winter.
Wait, so
I will say, not the same as MSI or Worlds, but we can pretend. Yeah. So whoever has the gold lead at 15 minutes, we just FF there, and we say it's their
That's
their
the
win,
beauty
right?
of stats. If you just put them in the right context, you can make anyone look better than pretty much anyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Statistically, Medic, you have been in more MSI finals
Yeah.
than Cadril.
He's never cast an MSI final, has
Right, there you go.
Beast mode. I didn't see who won the match of rock, paper, scissors. that they're
Technically,
having. Oh, here we go. Okay, keep going, yeah.
you
Okay,
have
God.
been in more international competitive games than Cadril has as well.
Yeah,
Because you were in the Rift Rivals tournament.
I was. I played in a riff. I got destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay, quick aside. We have some potential audio issues on Heretic's side. We're just investigating them. But a quick aside. I hate Kobe. Right?
I hate
The
Kobe.
LCS caster? Like, clip this, send it to him, tweet it at him, okay? I hate... Oh, we're into the game.
We're into the game.
Should I finish the story?
We got
Yeah,
a
I'll
bit of
finish.
time
I hate
here.
Kobe, okay?
Yeah, okay.
We were out the night before. We had dinner together
Yeah,
before this
I
Rift
was there,
Rivals
I
game, right?
remember,
We were
yeah.
having dinner, and Kobe was like, "Hey, Medic, we're jungling against each other," because I wasn't allowed to play support because I was going to be too good for the team.
Yeah, I
so they made
remember.
me play jungle. And I was like,
Yep.
"Yeah, Kobe, we're jungling against each other. I only know how to play Sejuani jungle. I don't play jungle at all. I only know how to play Sejuani. So I'd like it, Kobe, that you don't take the Sejuani away from me."
And he was
Guess
like-
what they first picked?
Yeah.
Sejuani, man.
They did.
It's not even a fun champ to play.
It wasn't, no. They were really try-hard.
Yeah,
they really
were
wanted
so...
to win.
Well, because NA doesn't win much internationally, so
Wow,
it makes sense, right?
You're just kicking everyone today. All right, well, in any case, let's get back to the game. Some early vision invested from the Mad Lions to track out what Jankos is up to in the game. I was wondering if he was actually going to pass towards bot or top, because you expect Jack Spectra and Mercy to be able to get the push near the laning phase. Good exhaust comes out from Hilly.
Yeah, you lose these Mad Lions.
Yes, you do.
Yep. That's Ashe. Yep, okay.
That is some good damage.
That Ashe is just so difficult to deal with. Down towards the bottom lane. And it's one of the summoner down for the Mad Lions mid lane.
Yeah, so a bit awkward overall for Niski. Jankos wants to get a little bit of information. Now he knows, oh, this is dangerous.
He's got the flash, doesn't have the decoy right now. Niski on the chase, nowhere for Jankos to go, step too far. And immediately Alioya jumps in and claims first blood.
Interesting. So there are a couple things here, mainly that Niski, I feel like, should have been aware that on the bot side of the map, that's where Jankos was going to be. We're going to get another quick pause. Hopefully we can get a replay of that sequence of events as some of the technical issues are getting resolved. But they had information because that ward spotted out the Raptors.
Yep.
It could have been a situation where Jankos pulled the Raptors in so that they didn't actually have full insight as to what he was doing, which would make sense because what he did was a full bot side clear and then he leveraged the fact that he had bot priority, which kind of makes sense.
On the top
Usually
side of the
Jankos
map as well. Looks like Alioya is getting chased out. Chasey can go all out up towards this tri-bush, but looks like Ebby's just
I
going to be
like
able to
this
chase
from
him all the way
Heretics.
out. Oh, Jankos takes away the blast cone. Chasey does still have the ultimate, so anyone that over pushes would be brought back towards his turret, but Jankos just looking for the red buff.
So again, 1 minute's time until, ooh, good damage. Just what you were talking about, Medic was able to land the bomb. A second turret went down, and there was a lot of damage that dropped onto Kazi. Now keep your eyes on this Heretics bot lane. Wouldn't be surprised to see them back and actually start making their way up towards the Herald. But Mad want to use this window to get some information in the enemy jungle and potentially steal away this red buff, which is exactly what Algoa is going to do. They recognize exactly what Heretics bout heads. And butt heads, I suppose, rather than bout.
Yeah.
Because you would just say they would bout, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
in a bout they would butt heads.
In a bout, they would butt heads. There you go. New word for you all at home.
I don't think that's a new word.
I mean, a lot of,
I mean, true.
you know, how commonly do people use the word bout? To have a
Yeah, to
bout.
have a bout,
with
maybe not that
someone.
commonly, you're
yes. It's like, you know, that would be used in the day of shall we duel to the death,
Yeah.
you know? That's not, you know, just saying, Medic.
It's true. No, you're right, you're right, you're right.
Now, Dragon, 1 second. Let us see the upcoming bout between Mad Lions and Heretics. The Herald has been dropped to try and gain priority here in mid lane.
They've got arrow,
Fire's
though.
actually just started this one solo. Heretics looking to try and push this one in. The TP's coming in, they're looking for the fight.
The Cleanse already used Jack Spectra. Pop the arrow there. Kazi gets away from it, but Heretics all pushing in the mid lane here. As you say, Alioya is still on that Dragon. Would be the second of the game for them. Niski trying to defend, but the Rift Herald charge alongside. A little bit of extra damage will be enough. Jankos
Oh, that was a
fall
kill.
there.
I thought that was the
I thought it was the
clone.
clone too. I was like, don't get distracted. But Jankos falls. Niski now shuffled back into the rest of the team. Pops a stopwatch. The rest of his team are trying to collapse, but I think Niski will be dead before they can get there. Do Heretics still want a little bit of this Barney, a little bit of this bout, Vedi? It looks like they don't, as they will head out through the topside jungle.
See, now we're just far too English. Because I understand that you could say they fancy a bit of this Barney, and that would make sense to me. But everyone else would be like, what does Barney have to do with anything? That doesn't make sense.
I still have a fan theory that Baron Nashor is actually just Barney. Or one of his, like, yeah, we'll do a ton of damage, just a triple! He's looking for the quadra! He kills up Jankos for the pentakill! And the TP into Heretic's base!
And Mad Lions off the back of that single penta may have just won the game. It looked like it was over, it looked like it was done, but Kazi, with some phenomenal footwork, able to buy enough time for Nisqy to come back into the game and potentially end it all. Those are some long death diamonds, 10 seconds on Mercer. Can he be the savior for Heretics?
I don't think he has it in him. Minions pushing in Shurelius to try and speed them up. They're on the Nexus towers already. Mad Lions on the brink of defeat. They clasp a victory. It seems Mercer up now. Against 4, it's Heimadonga versus the world. And he will, for the moment, like Atlas, hold the world on his shoulders and keep Mad Lions from ending the game.
Oh my word. Give us a replay of that Nisqy pentakill. MVP of summer last split. He says that it was new year, new Nisqy. Let's have a look back at it. But look at Kazi here. Phenomenal, especially with Hylissang as well, with the Mikhails. Nisqy then rejoins full HP, lands the W initially, is able to land the stun, throws the arrow out, which kills 2 because of the AoE and the amount of AP that it scales with. W once again with the root follow from Hylissang. And then it's just a matter of cleanup from Nisqy. Wow, incredible stuff from Hilly and Nisqy there. I gave Nisqy all the credit, but Hilly, his support, it was like, yes, we don't like Yuumi, but what he did there was phenomenal. The Mikhail's timing for Kazi, the healing that he was providing for Nisqy. Just overall, a really great team effort from Nisqy, Kazi, and Hylissang at the final moments there. Beautiful play from Mad Lions. Now with the Soul, the game kind of resets to dead even, but Mad Lions are in a commanding position once again.
Ocean Soul for them. Baron up in 2 minutes. Elder Drake in 1 minute 45 seconds. 5th item on its way for Ruby. It looks like, I believe, a Rabadon. So see where he is sitting in terms of gold. He's 800 on his person, so doesn't have enough. Well, has nowhere near enough to finish off that Rabadon's. Nisqy has a Dark Seal at 10 stacks. He could look towards the Medjai's next if he so desires, but it's all going to be about summoner spells. It's all going to be about positioning in this next fight. Cleanses, QSSs, or Mikhails. The Banshee's Veil as well, helping out a ton on Nisqy in this next battle.
So waves are going to be really important, because that top wave is going to be pushing in favor of Mad Lions. However, it's only the mid lane.
You don't win these.
Spectra.
You don't win these.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Huge amount of damage. The arrow going wide in response. Elioya trading with Jankos up towards the bottom side, but Mercer is there. Jankos tries to dive away. The piercing arrow finds his mark. Kazi cold. Browning projectile as well with the final chapter. Ruby's going to get booted in place. Nisqy flashes forward. And the Emperor has his soldiers used against him. It's an uprising. It's a betrayal by his own team as he is killed off. 2 more kills make it 3. Chasey TP.
He's catching the wave.
Catching the wave, sure. We'll say that's happening. As Nisqy now looking towards the top lane. Wave pushing in mid, that super minion finally killed off. Mad Lions don't have the minions right now, but in about 15 seconds time, those supers will be knocking on the Nexus Tower, the one remaining. Jack Spectra and Mercer. Well, Mercer's held the line once before, but I feel like this might be the last battle of the 300. The gates of Thermopylae are closed, but Mad Lions want to open up them pretty quickly. First Nexus Tower, the target. Mercer, Jack Spectra can only watch. Jankos now stepping forward. The Nexus Tower down with the Nexus. Woo! Thank you very much, Law. Woo! Let's get into it, Vedi. The match of the week.
That's mean, Medic.
I mean, but it's...
That's mean. I know what you did there, and that's mean.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It's going to be a good one. Astralis and Fnatic fighting for their lives in the group stage. The winner of this game is guaranteed a tiebreaker game at least to make it into our group stage. At least.
At least.
Now, there are still ways. There are 3-way ties with Koi. We'll bring up the standings in a bit, and we'll talk about why it's important. And also, we always play a tiebreaker game for 8th place, even if one team has the head-to-head over their opponent, because they've only played once, and side selection could have a factor into it. If you are 113 already level 3, Jonghyun coming in as well. The flash chase from 113. Jonghyun looking for the bubble as well, and Razork gets nowhere to go. 113 on the board. The Troll King finds first blood.
Of course, Razork not able to get level 3, doing red into blue into wolves. There's not enough XP. 113, knowing that he has the level advantage, is able to find that collapse. And first blood goes to Astralis. We talked about the power of this Trundle early on. And he's able to prove it. And I think he can actually. Look at the push in top. Look at the push in mid. Dior doesn't have any mana, so maybe that's why they're a little concerned looking for that fight. But Razork respects the fact that those Raptors could be stolen and going straight towards Scrubs.
And it just puts Razork on such a bad timer.
Has no flash.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Well done from Rux. Uses the dredge line to make sure he gets away the heal onto Reckless. The Reckless does still have the flash and will invest it.
And they get punished anyway. Reckless slightly oversteps. No summoner spells in the bot lane. And again, I come back to this idea of mental, because you come in with a game plan, right? Like, maybe we can just relieve some of the pressure bot. We don't even necessarily have to snowball it. We know how powerful Lucian Army is, but if we can just get a couple summoners, if we can even out the lane a little bit, hell, maybe we can even look for our own 2v2 fights. That would be good. But repeatedly, 113 has either shut it down or made it even harder.
Oh, Wonder, underneath the tower. Does have the World Ender, which is why Finn, I think, realizes he can't really invest any further after using both of his forms of CC. Okay, so you're saying entertainment isn't useful?
Yeah.
Then what are our jobs?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I know, right?
Philosophy.
I think about it a lot.
Medic, stop asking those questions, or we might lose it. Okay, Jankos was really good yesterday. Okay, shut up. Look back on the map. Need to say something smart now. Ooh, jungle path. Clever.
Ooh, yes.
So smart. Level 11, Finn.
I will say, interested to see 113 going Radiant Virtue first on the Trundle. Obviously, Subjugate used basically in every single fight, but a lot of the Trundles we see, at least in solo queue, like the Divine Sundra, mostly because it gives you more damage.
Yeah, it's about the damage.
I do understand here, you've got a Lucian and a Ryze and a Gnar, so you have enough damage throughout team fights, but Radiant Virtue not the most common item. It's devastation! It's death for Fnatic in the river!
Fnatic fall apart as Kobe walks away with a triple kill. And for the first time in Fnatic's history, they may not make playoffs. The third dragon of the game will go into the hands of Astralis. And what a beautiful play from Finn. He was looking for the flank. Fnatic saw that he was looking for the flank, so they went for the engage, but they could not convert it into a good fight. And in the chaos of the fight, Finn found his window and tore Fnatic apart. Have a look at this. They see Finn, they go for the engage, they engage onto Trundle. He is very tanky, Kobe is very safe. Dior then becomes the next target, but this tidal wave from Jonghoon hits onto 5. And then keep your eyes on Finn on the left here, as Kobe picks up that initial pick. He stacks up the Mega on the Dragon, secures onto 3 members, including the backline, and Wonder's left isolated, so Astralis can just focus one target at a time. Incredible play from Kobe. And just a really good engage from Finn. You can see the elation from Jonghoon. Frustration on his face yesterday. A big sign of relief after their big win. And now Astralis are in prime position to run away with this game. 3 dragons secured. Soul Point available. And Fnatic are going to have to find another miracle fight. They've done it before, but they're being pushed to the very limit.
What a weekend for Finn as well. The Gangplank yesterday went 9, 4, and 2 with almost 1,000 damage a minute. Here, obviously, Gnar's not going to put out those numbers, but he was the game changer in that last fight. He was the reason the fight went so well for Astralis' presence of mind to stack up Mega on the Dragon and not go all the way around as Reckless has the flash, Chain of Corruption, uses the flash, blast, cones Rux away, but the Realm Warp now there and the Tidal Wave chasing him down, and Reckless is caught! And Astralis find him. Baron is available to them, and they are making a beeline for it.
Reckless chooses not to flash into the blue pit. I wonder if... I felt like that he could have, but he ends up losing his life there. The Baron is now an option, and Razork needs to try and steal. Finn's Mega Knight is going to disappear, and Ward has not been cleared just yet.
Once more into the breach for Fnatic.
This
One
is your
chance
moment,
for Razork. Humanoid there, Kobe going in. Kobe flashes the Emperor's Divide. Baited and outsmarted. Kobe takes down the Emperor. And now it's even more difficult for Fnatic. They still have 3 alive. The hook goes wide as Razork can get into the pit, but he's got no flash for at least 20 seconds. And Fnatic realize they have no option to go in. Instead, they must forfeit the Baron. Astralis, 4,500 gold ahead, are looking to make their name here in the LEC, and for the first time, make it to the group stage.
Astralis, zero hesitation. 113 sees his former teammate and says, That guy's inting, I can kill him. Such great play and great awareness from Astralis. And again, we talked about how this comp is like so reliant on trying to build those early game advantages, but look at Rectus' positioning right here. Pops the Ghost Blade. I feel like he could have flashed that wall. Like, he chooses to flash upwards instead. Maybe I'm wrong, but he didn't feel confident enough at the very least in the flash. He flashes upwards, pops the Blast Cone, which could have been another avenue of escape for him. And then here we see, look at this play from Kobe. This man is locked in today. Such great awareness. I definitely would have got hit. I would have got hit.
Same.
I know everyone in chat, don't lie to me, you're all getting hit by that from Humanoid.
Kobe has been on a tear this, but I will say one thing for Reckless, maybe the Realm Warp would have gone to that side of the wall, and then he would have been no chance to move, not a second of hesitation. Astralis on the offensive, and Fnatic, all they can do is dash and die and dodge away as Astralis push in for the inhibitor towers.
Fnatic getting closer and closer to the organization's worst split in their history as Astralis dominates the early game. They have their eyes on the Nexus and they are looking for a top 8 spot.
Only 3 minions there, cease and desist on the back line, but immediately Razork is locked up. 2 minions left, only 1 now. Astralis will tank it, but this tower's going to be pretty damn tanky right now, and Astralis realize it. They cannot close it out now. They back away. They don't want what happened to Heretics to happen to them. The game could turn on a knife edge still, but an 8,000 gold lead for Astralis makes it very difficult for Fnatic to find any purchase.
Astralis, they have not had the best season. There was not much faith in their ability to secure top 8. Everyone expected them to finish bottom 2. But at the end of the day, when you win the games that matter, that's all it takes.
I'm hearing a lot of Koi depends on their draft a lot.
Yeah.
Without revealing too much, what does Astralis rely on?
Me? No. We rely on good vibes. Yeah.
Okay, so good vibes.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say for everyone who believed in Astralis, even on the bad days?
Yeah, the one person that believed in us. Thank you. We're still here. We still want to play, and I think we have more to show.
Well, Finn, thank you very much. Congrats again on the win. Good luck for tomorrow. And we're going to toss it to some voice comms for that game.
Wow.
But we need to start it now?
Yeah, my mega is not pop. Like, I'm far from mega.
Okay.
I can start stacking it now.
Slow down.
Put it up.
In a pond together. In fact, you need to increase biodiversity. So if you get 4, one of them has to be fake. Right? A fake one. So you have the A koi, the B koi, the C koi, and then the decoy. Good one, right? League of Legends.
I'm so angry right now. I'm livid. I can't. At first, I was like, "Oh, this sounds pretty good. Okay, where's he going with this?" And then, well, do you know I lived with this for 2 years?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Blessed every day, Betty.
Blessed. So blessed. In any case, as Medic said, it is our final game of the day. The push, and now he's going to realize, oh, no, my blue has been stolen. But I can have threatening a dive.
Shigenda trying to get away from this one. TP used by Larson. Oranges to get away from the stun, but now Malrang is here. Yike uses the repel, goes back in, he gets Shigenda, he's going to take it out, and he's going to die for it. Yike knew something had to happen. He gets the kill for his team. Larson, though, now 2 kills to the good. Meanwhile, the mid lane, Shigenda can just TP to this. And overall, Koi don't lose too much in terms of waves.
Okay, I'm impressed. Yeah, that was really good thinking because, okay, you can look at it and go, well, you just gave Larson another kill, and I believe it got a red buff off the back of that, but I might have to shut up because Caps is looking for more. Malrang has the smite flash.
Shigenda, nowhere for him to go, even with the oranges, he's not K. Caps still taking the tower, Caps gonna die! 1-for-1 trade in the top lane. Now, there's a lot of minions lost here. Malrang's going to come and try and pick some of them up. It's going to be 2 plates for Broken Blade. Malrang might... Nah, he's not going to be able to do enough damage to Broken Blade right now.
Yeah, no mana for Broken Blade means I mean, I would say that Malrang was the one in danger there, given that he's only level 4 to level 6 of the Jax, with the Sheen as well, but at the end of the world. But you're right. Okay, so, yeah, Caps does die. And this is really bad, only because Larson has now set up a freeze, which Caps can't TP in and break. So that mid lane gap is only going to get bigger between the two of them. The top lane gap, though, is very much in favor of Broken Blade. What Caps
there doesn't get it. Trippy going on to Hunt Summer as well. Comp diving in. The lightning crash with the stun already onto Comp. Solar Flare on the backline. Larson now going in with the image survive. Hunt Summer still surviving. Hunt Summer still surviving. Hunt Summer is still alive! And the French Phenom will
is wiped off the map, and G2 shut down their rivals.
And everything was invested on killing Hun Summer, but he just refused to go down. The Baron now much easier for G2 to take. They will secure it 3 minutes on the Infernal Soul for them as well. And any hope that may have remained in Koi's
Astralis, Fnatic and Koi.
I think Koi and Astralis will probably make it.
Why are you leaving Fnatic out?
Well, I'm not sure. Just from the type of game I see, I think Astralis and Koi could look stronger than Fnatic, so that's why I just choose them.
That's fair enough. To lighten up a little bit before we go towards PGL, last time we chatted, I realized that you're a weeb. I'm a weeb myself. So give me your favorite anime currently.
Currently, well, Blue Lock.
Okay.
But my favorite all-time anime is Steins Gate.
That's what you told me back then as well. I still haven't watched it, but I promise I will. Hansama, thank you so much for joining me. Congrats on the win again.
Thank
now,
you.
After the break, Mickey X will join us in the post-game lobby. We'll be right back.